There is no, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, those of you who know me, many of you do, no place in political violence for political violence in America. None. Zero. Never.
Violence in American politics is prevalent today, and both Democrats and Republicans have been targeted. The shooting of Congressman Steve Scalise, threats against election workers after the 2020 election, the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol, the attack against Paul Pelosi, and the attempts on former President Donald Trump's life. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is here with us now. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for joining us. And I first just want to start off with the moment that we're in, particularly days after a second assassination attempt against former President Trump. What is your reaction to that? And as someone who has faced threats after the 2020 election, how concerned are you about the prospects of political violence in this election?
Well, obviously, I condemn political violence of any type, anytime. In fact, our founders really always believed that we should, work out our differences, at the ballot box. And once you pick your leaders, then they go up to their capitals and they work on these issues and make sure that they, listen to both sides, but then they call a vote. But we do it peacefully, and that's the American way, and that's the way it should be.
Last night, vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance was there in Atlanta, where he blamed Democrats' rhetoric for the assassination attempt. Is that fair criticism?
Well, I think that everyone is held accountable for their own actions. And so I think people need to be held responsible for what they do. And I think, though, we can always have positive constructive dialogue and debate the issues and the important issues that our country faces, or at the state level, what our state would face. I think that's the most productive way going forward. I think people are looking for solutions, and they're looking for people that can actually deliver effective, cost-effective solutions for them.
This week there were several suspicious packages that were sent to secretaries of state in 6 states containing white powder. They did not appear to be hazardous, but kind of as we talk about this threat environment, what types of precautions are you taking to keep your office and election officials safe?
Well, we had Narcan that was actually intercepted before it was mailed out to Fulton County earlier in the year. All 159 of our election offices throughout the state that receive ballots, receive any type of mail, we distributed Narcan to them through our Department of Community Health and Governor Kemp's support. And so we're grateful for the governor coming alongside us to make sure that we keep every election office safe. We don't know what people could be shipping in the mail, but we are prepared for fentanyl and looking out for any other type of foreign substance. It's just another thing that we've put on our to-do checklist just to be aware of. It's one of those unfortunate things, but we deal with it and we move forward. We do our job.
And in terms of the mechanics of the election itself, you have pledged a smooth process, but the state election board there in Georgia has implemented some new rules to make it harder to certify the results, and they're considering additional changes later this week. Could this gum up the works in November?
Well, everything that I've done since 2019, since taking office, is to work making sure we have free, fair, and fast elections. And so when they start adding their additional procedures, it's actually going to slow things down. But at the end of the day, the following Monday after the Tuesday election, it is in state law that every county shall, certify their election results. So that is something that they have to do. It's in black letter law. But what I've been working for is making sure we have fast results, fast reporting of the results, because that helps voters, really know what the race is going to look like. We have all the early ballots for absentee, and also the early voting have to be reported no later than 1 hour after the polls close, which is typically 7 p.m. So by 8 p.m., 65 to 70% of all the votes that have been, exercised during this election will be reported. And we think that's a good thing.
Several lawsuits, however, have been filed to challenge these new rules. Ultimately, do you think they'll stick?
Well, at the end of the day, if any of the state election board rules aren't in perfect alignment with state law, then they'll be thrown out. And that's what a judge will have to determine.
And as we get closer to the start of voting, I believe early voting starts there in Georgia in less than a month. What other steps are you taking to get ready?
Well, today was the first day for mailing out our UOCAVA ballots. They went out starting today. And then that'll then be followed by starting to send out absentee ballots to voters that have already got their applications in. And so that is the next step. And then we have early voting starting in the middle of October. So the counties have, right here in DeKalb County, they're doing poll worker training today. So I saw a whole bunch of people sitting at the rows and tables doing poll worker training. And all the counties have been working hard on poll worker training and making sure we're adequately staffed for the 17 days early voting we have, then also the election day results, and also the election day 14-hour days that we'll be putting in.
All right. Well, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.